the root of all excellence.
Okay, Moriah, we back for the 2023. How you feel?
A little under the weather, but we here. We making it.
Okay.
Welcome back, everybody.
Yeah, welcome everybody back.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Yeah, hopefully it's a good New Year for everybody,
Good start so far.
Definitely. So we got a lot to cover, we have experienced a lot over the holiday kind of couple of weeks, right?
Yeah.
So, and also it's just been a lot going on, period, So, one of the things that was like great about this holiday, over the holidays, was we had a chance to go to Jamaica.
Jamaica.
It was dope,
Jamaica for Christmas.
So we got a chance to be in Jamaica for Christmas, and also kind of travel during the chaotic kind of period,
Definitely. It's crazy.
which we'll kind of touch on in a minute. But how was like the experience of Jamaica during Christmas for you?
It just felt more so like a vacation on holiday. Like it didn't feel like Christmas.
Right.
Like there was like a moment of Christmas, but it didn't really feel like
real Christmas.
Christmas. Yeah. Like,
Right.
you have like the Christmas Eve, or you have like I guess watching movies or whatever.
Right.
And then you kind of just, fall asleep. It's about to be Christmas tomorrow.
Right.
And I think it also is different just because days here for me. So this is the first time. This is his first Christmas.
Right. So shout out today, his first Christmas.
So I think that was different for me too. Being on the other end of parent as opposed to I'm just about to get some gifts.
Right.
Where's my mom about to be? So yeah, I think that was a little bit different for me.
Right. Yeah. Kind of the first time when you like it's not about me really.
Well, I feel like for a few years it hasn't been about me.
Right.
A few years it's been like I want to get everybody whatever they want. But it's been definitely a dialed down kind of holiday for me. Like not as many people got gifts.
Right.
It was definitely like
Dial it back a bit.
Chilled out. Yeah.
Okay.
He just got more gifts. And then his birthday's right after, so gifts and Christmas and birthday
right.
back to back. So
yeah.
But I think it was a good time. It was a resort, all inclusive.
Right.
Can't go wrong.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was gonna be Chilligan's Island.
But I don't know why.
I have no idea.
I don't know why you would think I would stay at Chilligan's Island.
I just think that kind of like reading the reviews beforehand.
And that's why I say don't read anybody's reviews.
And then when I got
the type of person that's gonna leave a review is either extremely happy or extremely upset. One of the two.
Right.
So you're not really gonna get the real, and a lot of times they're not reasonable either.
Yeah. So one of the things that, like going back and like reading the reviews, one of the things that I noticed was like they were saying things that wasn't really. I didn't understand like what was they expecting.
Right.
I think for what it is, I thought it was dope, have all the food you want.
Drinks
You want. And kind of enjoy the beach and the pool and any other activities that you want. So I thought it was overall, you didn't really need money.
You paid for it.
Right.
Yeah, you pay for everything ahead of time.
So
it definitely makes it I mean, it definitely makes it more convenient. It's kind of like you just go, like kind of like on the cruise. You just go and
Right.
really
Enjoy.
enjoy what you paid for.
Right. Okay. I mean, I don't know why, but I just thought it was going to be like this rundown hotel, not really nothing.
I don't understand why though.
Oh man, I don't know.
Like if you think about like me and where I'm gonna stay, that's not where I'm gonna stay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but I still had this. I didn't envision like where we were at.
No,
So
it's a nice resort.
definitely nice. We definitely had like a good time. I felt like because of the travel situation, we missed a couple of things.
Yeah, I think that put a real damper on it for me.
Man,
It actually did. So it
did it kind of ruin it for you?
it was part of the ruin situation, yeah. So I think it just set a bad tone.
Yeah.
I think not being there set a bad tone also, because then everybody else is trying to scramble and figure out
Like what's going on,
what they're doing. But
Yeah.
I've already done the legwork for everything that I've been talking about
Right.
for months already.
Right.
And so I think that was just frustrating too.
Okay.
So it was a lot of frustration and a lot of
Yeah.
things that went along with it.
Yeah. So we kind of like I know the first day we got to the airport and like we were ready to get on the plane,
About to board.
and then canceled the flight.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of people, especially Buddy that was in the back over there.
He was the
A
man.
lot of people was like pissed. I don't know if for me that was like a ruined it moment for me. I don't think anything kind of ruined it for me.
Okay.
Because I already had like a low expectation of what we were about to do.
Right.
So any higher than that, we good. We batting at 100.
Right.
So
And I feel like my expectation was reasonable and I already knew what to expect. So
I feel like your expectation was like, I'm finna have the best time of my life.
yeah, I did have that expectation.
Yeah, and then
It was like the worst.
it was like anything that can go wrong will go wrong.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
So yeah, I went
Honestly,
into
that was
it.
my worst trip.
Was it?
Let me think. I want to say, maybe I jinxed it by saying it's going to be the best one, but yeah, I've never had it. I never had a flight canceled
Yeah, me neither.
and then not be able to get on in a couple hours at least.
Yeah, I've never had a flight canceled. I've had a flight delay.
I've had a flight delay. I might have had a flight cancel, but you just get on the next flight and it's like in a couple hours and you just go from there. Mm-hmm. But this was like, no, you're not going to be able to get on for a whole day. A whole day is going to be missed.
Right. We can't really get you on the plane to tomorrow.
Right. At the same time.
Right.
24 hours. Let's try again tomorrow.
Yeah, so like I was thinking like what does that do for people who had a connecting flight? You know what I mean?
We missed it.
Yeah, but how do you compensate those people? Because mind you, like it's like 2 a.m. now. Mm-hmm. It's 1 a.m. or something like that.
Well, I think that because they claim weather, and I think this is a trick.
Right.
They say it's a weather issue,
Condition.
then they don't have to do anything.
Right.
They don't have to accommodate. They don't have to. It just is what it is. We have no control of the weather.
Right.
So if they say weather, then oh well, sorry.
What was the thing that they told us? Because you know, on the way back, we kind of got stuck in Miami, which is not a bad thing at all.
Right. So coming back, the issue was they were not able to pull into the gate because they were waiting for planes to leave, so that way there is a gate to pull into.
Right. So
because it was air traffic and not the airline,
right,
they're not responsible.
Yeah, that's trash. That's like so trash too.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like on the way back, we got the first night going, they was like, we're not gonna be able to get you on the plane till tomorrow.
Right, cancel it. We'll try again tomorrow.
Right, which in our case, because the flight was so late, it actually we missed the whole day.
Right.
Right, so it wasn't like, hey, you come back tomorrow, and then we can land in Jamaica that day. It was like, come back tomorrow night,
right,
and then you'll get to Jamaica the following day.
Right.
So, yeah. So, like, yeah, definitely.
Put a damper. I had things planned when we got there. So the welcome party, which everybody else enjoyed, which was great.
Yeah.
And then the following day, I had stuff planned in the morning and the afternoon, which was missed.
Right.
So then all it was going out at night.
Right. Which we did.
Right.
It was trash, in my opinion.
It was. It was trash.
I understand you tried to make the best of it.
I mean, I had a good time in
your head.
In my experience.
Your mind.
You know what I mean? I'm going to have a good time regardless. Especially as an opportunity for me to get some drinks in me, dance, be out. And I haven't done this since before day.
I don't know if that's true.
It's definitely true. Where I let loose like this, it's definitely true. I mean, you can question it if you want to.
But you guys went out. You can.
Yeah, I've gone out, but there's a 2-drink minimum or maximum.
What?
That I've set. Yes.
Oh, that you set for yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. So you're saying like you didn't really like get twisted. Okay.
2 drinks. That's it, max.
Yeah, I'm not too thrilled about. I wasn't too thrilled about getting drunk in a space like that.
Oh well.
Yeah,
I was actually looking forward to it.
But overall, you kind of you tried to make the best of it. Mm-hmm. But it was kind of a trash experience. They charged like $20 to get into a bar.
Right. It was trash.
It was trash.
I will admit that. But yeah, I did try to make the best of it. Right. But I was even willing to go somewhere else, but everybody was like, no, I'm good. I'm like, okay.
We didn't already spend $20.
All right, well.
Might as well stay here and just not do anything.
And y'all just will not have a good time. I'm gonna have a good time.
So, after that, and mind you, like, this was like the first time in a long time where like I was like, my body finna shut down tired. Right. And I was doing my best to like hang in there because I understood like you wanted to go out and I didn't want to be the guy like, man, I'm finna go to sleep. But I was exhausted.
It was a long day.
Exhausted. I'm like, man, look. Then we get there and you like, let's go out. I'm like, what is wrong with her?
But I set the expectation beforehand.
No, definitely. So
I'm trying to be like, oh, all of a sudden.
But
no, it wasn't all of a sudden. It really wasn't.
Wow.
So everybody else is telling me, oh, you're going to be too tired. You're not going to want to go out. No, I want to go out. This is my only opportunity.
Right, okay.
They watching the kids. I ain't got to worry about the kid. Yeah, I'm going to go out. I don't care who go with me, honestly. If nobody else want to go, I'm going to go.
Right.
And that was that.
Okay.
So, I mean, at that point, I was going out. And I'm not finna be on this resort, doing this resort club thing, whatever they got going on.
Okay.
That's not going out. That's not doing nothing. That's chilling like we did the rest of the time.
Right.
You know,
Well, we did go.
We're gonna do that anyway.
Well, we did kind of was it the next day?
The next day,
Yeah.
the sports bar.
No.
What?
Majestic Mountain.
Oh yeah, Mystic Mountain.
Mystic Mountain. Okay, all right.
That was the next day.
So the next day, you say you want to go ATVing. I'm like, yeah, let me do something. And I'm a little rest. And I got a little rest. Let me do something that I enjoy. No ATVs available.
Yeah, they were all reserved.
Yeah, so not only that, but like you had to get on like a ski lift and ride like 30 minutes to literally a mountain.
Right. It kind of felt like like the clothing line, the old school clothing line that was outside.
My God.
Or you kind of like pull your clothes
Yeah.
slowly. That's what it kind of felt like. But
Like
yeah.
an assembly belt or something, huh?
Yeah, it was real like shaky, but we made it. It was an experience.
Definitely an experience.
We got a photo that captured the moment perfectly.
Definitely. Man, I don't.
So scared.
Yeah, I just don't do the heights like that, especially on something that janky.
Yeah.
So.
And it took forever. It took a really long time.
Forever, like 30-minute ride.
Yeah.
Just to get there. Then when you get there, it's like nothing.
We did go bobsledding.
We did go bobsledding. That was pretty dope.
My mom and my aunt went ziplining.
That was pretty dope.
They had a great time.
Shout out to them.
And then we went bobsledding.
Went bobsledding. Yo, by the way, this is like the first time that I can admit that maybe I was wrong about jerk chicken.
You were.
I was wrong.
You were.
Because prior to this, I didn't like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now I haven't had it in a while because I've already told myself like I didn't like it. So
It's delicious.
yes, like
I think it's something different when you go to the place.
and I think that's what I spoiled myself now.
Yeah.
Because if it's not that, then I don't want it.
Well, it's not going to be that.
Yeah, so
I don't know.
it's gonna be hard for me to accept American jerk chicken. We're gonna have to find like some for real.
You didn't like it before.
What do you mean?
You didn't like the jerk chicken before. So I think now your expectation is like Jamaican jerk chicken, right?
Yeah.
But you're not going to find that in America. You're still going to just not like it.
Nah, somebody got it. There's too many Jamaicans in America for nobody not to have real jerk chicken.
I don't know if they have it here, though.
What do you mean? Like
Maybe like back east.
somebody got it. I think in every state,
You think so?
somebody got it.
Now we got to go on that.
You know, we gotta go on like an excursion
Check out the
to
different
try to
jerk
find
chickens.
this perfect jerk chicken.
I think it's something about also like last time I went to Jamaica, it was something about like the street jerk chicken, like fresh off the grill.
Right.
Like they ain't worried about nobody's permits or nothing like that.
Right.
Just jerk chicken off the grill.
The business bureau.
Right. Just give me some jerk chicken. Drunk jerk chicken. We didn't get any this time,
No.
but I think that was the best jerk chicken I had.
Okay.
But this jerk chicken was good.
Yo.
So it had a good jerk seasoning, and then it also had the good sauce.
What about the goat?
And then the curried goat. So we had this at Mystic Mountain. This was our lunch at Mystic Mountain.
Right.
So I had the curried goat, and he had the jerk chicken. They had the hot dog.
Oh my God, the hot dog was horrible.
I think they don't.
Hot dog was horrible.
Yeah, I don't.
American food in other places is not, unless it's like McDonald's or something. And even some McDonald's is different.
Yeah.
Like, for real
McDonald's are
different.
I went to the McDonald's in Paris, and it was amazing.
Right.
Like the cafe,
Yeah.
like the McCafe that they have here is nothing
compared to that. I think the standards are different, right?
Way different.
So, kind of the same thing with, man, I've never tasted a horrible hot dog.
Yeah, that was terrible. They had the hot dogs at the resort.
And they were horrible.
Yeah.
Like, who is making these hot dogs? But maybe that's how people feel about their food in America.
Probably.
Like, some Italians eat this spaghetti and be like, yo, what is this?
Right. Especially the can. But, yeah. And that's probably how they feel about it, because it's definitely like not a real hot dog.
Right.
I don't know what it was. It was like a different texture even.
Right, different taste, everything. It was just like, yo.
Yeah, they didn't hit the mark on that one.
But everything else was pretty dope.
Yeah, you go to Jamaica, you get Jamaican food.
Right.
Don't eat a hot dog.
Don't eat a hot dog. Don't eat a hamburger. Just Jamaican.
Let's go with the chicken. Chicken, goat.
Right.
Whatever else they have.
Also, the jerk chicken that we got at the resort was pretty dope.
Was it?
Yeah. So, I think I spoiled myself on that one.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
But I think that's the important thing for you to know. Like, there's certain stuff that I'm only getting in New Orleans.
Right,
There's certain stuff I'm only getting in Paris.
Right.
There's certain stuff I'm only getting, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, in that specific country.
Yeah. Or area.
Or area or city.
Right. Because I'm gonna tell you, like, there's no gumbo, no shrimp and grits like in New Orleans.
In that area.
You just can't really find it. There's a couple places that mimic it really good, but don't really hit it on the mark like it should. So
it's just so good.
Yeah.
So that's your Jamaica for jerk chicken for you.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to find like a place out here. We gotta have at least one place that's close.
I don't know if that's true. But we got the seasoning and the sauce.
We could try it. I don't have faith in myself.
Oh, you got to use the grill for one.
Of course.
So I think that's going to make the difference.
Okay.
You got the seasoning. You got the sauce.
We'll see how it go.
You just got to hit it on the grill.
We'll update you guys once we try this at home jerk chicken. See how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
We'll update you guys on how it went, you know. I know you were pretty like mad when we kind of missed the flight and had to stay a night in Miami.
Mm-hmm.
You're like turning red on the lady.
Was I?
Yeah, like you was very mad.
I was.
So,
I think it was just an additional, like,
it's like, what else could go wrong?
this is not going as planned.
Right.
And it's kind of part of the reason why I don't like to make plans.
Yeah. No, and that's the reason why, like, I leave, like, everything up in the air as far as, like, especially if I haven't experienced it before.
I don't know about that.
What do you mean?
But, like, when I go on trips,
Yeah.
I don't like to have anything planned. Like, in terms of, like, what I'm going to do. I maybe got one or two things that I want to hit.
Right.
Maybe go here, see this.
I like to have ideas, not necessarily, like, a schedule.
Yeah, I don't want... No, I think I'm good on plans. Honestly.
Okay.
This experience has made it...
Terrible, huh?
Yeah, because I feel like if I have plans, it limits my flexibility.
Yeah.
And I want it to be...
Exactly how you planned it.
As I want it to be, right.
Right, okay.
So if I miss something, if something Now it's ruined because now I can't go back and do it because I got other stuff planned.
Right. But it turned out, I mean the Miami thing
It
kind of
was.
turned out,
It was what it was.
yeah, it wasn't that bad.
I mean, I stood there for an hour waiting for a shuttle.
Oh yeah, that was the only thing.
And then we just went to the room, went to sleep.
Yeah, I was just tired. Needed some food.
And that's it.
And, you know. But it wasn't that bad. Like, I tried my best to, like, calm down. Everything's going to be okay kind of thing.
Yeah, again with the plans.
Yeah.
Because in my head, I was about to wake up in the morning and make day like a special birthday breakfast.
Right. But, I mean.
And just, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, happy birthday to him.
Yeah, all that. But instead, we're traveling.
Yeah.
And we may not even get on the flight because we're on standby.
Right.
So, hey, either you do or you don't. I don't know.
Right.
I think she was just very dismissive. And I didn't like it.
Who?
The person
lady.
that was doing it, yeah.
Okay. That's what made you mad.
It made it worse. I mean, what made me mad is I'm not about to go home. And I
Right.
thought I was going home.
Well, also, just speaking of that, Southwest kind of just said F everybody.
But it's crazy, though, because my mom flew Southwest.
Right.
And she had no problems.
None.
None. Got on her flight.
Flew to what we were supposed to fly to.
Flew to Chicago.
Chicago.
Right? Where the weather was supposed to be
Crazy. And it
crazy.
was.
And
It was.
It wasn't, though. That's what they said. It wasn't as crazy as they forecasted it to be.
Maybe not on the like blizzard snow side of the game.
Right.
But it was definitely as cold as they said it was.
It was cold.
Oh my God. I said, I must be from Arizona because there's no reason for it to be this cold. I didn't understand it. I felt like if I touched my nose, it was going to shatter.
And that's because you're a smoker. And
Right.
you gotta be out in the elements.
Yeah. So
You just have to be. You can't.
it wasn't
can't
worth
not
it though.
do it.
Just by the way, it wasn't worth it.
No, it wasn't.
But yeah, like, so I mean, I just think that,
It was a journey. It really was a journey.
oh my God.
Like,
I'm
traveling.
not interested in traveling around Christmas anymore.
I think I would travel after Christmas.
Yeah.
But I'm not traveling like for Christmas. Christmas, I might drive somewhere,
That's it.
be in somebody's cabin maybe.
Yeah.
But I'm not.
Yeah, it's not that important no more. And then, you know, just traveling before Christmas or around Christmas, it like doubles the prices.
It does. It's crazy prices. And then I feel like both ways, right? Because if you're traveling like for Christmas,
Right.
you only have a short window when you're going to be available.
Right.
So you're going to go a couple days before Christmas and come a couple days after Christmas.
Right.
But whereas if you travel after Christmas, you could probably go a little bit like later after Christmas, so like 28, 29,
Right.
catch a New Year celebration, and then come back after the holidays are over. And now
Right.
prices are going to go back down.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't enjoy what traveling around Christmas is.
Yeah, I didn't either, but that was my first time, and probably the last time. Well, I did travel. When did we go? I was either like, I want to say it was right after Christmas, in that week in between Christmas and New Year's.
Right.
I traveled, but nah, I'm good.
Okay.
You might get me on a New Year celebration, but
That Christmas is something different.
it was a lot.
And it was a lot.
And I think that just, it dampened the experience for me.
Yeah, definitely. And we were like well prepared for this trip.
Yeah, I mean, we were ready.
Okay. All right, Moriah, let's do a little pivot here. So recently, on a Monday Night Football game, a football player passed out on the field.
Right.
Like after making like a regular tackle. It wasn't even like...
It seemed routine. It didn't seem gruesome or nothing like that.
You said same routine?
Yeah, it seemed routine and didn't really seem too gruesome or anything like that.
Right. It seemed like a regular tackle. Yeah. Like it wasn't even a hard hitting tackle. When I first heard about it, right, because we didn't see it. Mm-hmm. When I first heard about it, I thought it was like a bad hit. And he just was unconscious.
Right.
But that wasn't the case.
Right.
Made the regular tackle, got up.
It seemed like he fell on his helmet too, though. Like it was a tackle, fall, roll.
Right.
Got up and then passed out.
Right. So like, all kind of things. Just seeing this, all kind of things went through my mind. I'm not gonna push the button. But I think it's kind of ironic that we'll see something like this. And mind you, like there's been other incidents of things like this that happen throughout sports within the last like year and a half, 2 years.
Right.
That's just unexplainable. Healthy young kids pretty much, right?
Right.
Just passing out and dying and I thought it was very ironic that we just seen the documentary died suddenly, and within the documentary it had different examples of things like this that kind of happen, right?
Right.
We also covered the announcer at the Atlanta Hawks.
Right, at the game.
Right. They kind of like just, I don't know what that would be called, but then they said like he was like dehydrated or something like that. But in this case, with the football player, they said that made contact at the exact time that an electrical current was going into his heart and something like that, and it sent his body into, what do you call it?
Cardiac arrest.
Cardiac arrest. So, yeah, it was just unfortunate. I didn't believe that is what happened. It just seemed too crazy.
It's random.
Yeah, and for it to never happen. Right? Like I can see if this was something that kind of happens every once in a while.
Right.
Every 10 years, every 5 years, something like that.
Right.
But like something like this it's so rare that it don't happen. And so I didn't believe like, oh, that's what happened. I was leaning towards more of
conspiracy.
Yeah.
But luckily he's okay.
Yeah, he's okay.
I don't know if he's okay, but
he's woke up.
He's alive.
He's alive.
Yeah. Able to speak on his own.
He's not, right?
He is.
Oh, he is able to speak on his own.
Yeah. He asked who won the game.
I thought he wrote that down though.
Oh, maybe.
So maybe he's not able to.
But I feel like he was talking. I think I read that he was talking.
Okay.
But maybe not. Maybe he's writing.
Maybe, because I thought he wrote like.
Yeah. But I thought after they took out the tube,
he was able to talk.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean.
I know he's able to breathe on his own.
Right.
And he's awake.
He's awake.
Whether he can talk or not,
So
I don't know.
Right. But hey, he pulled through. Initially I thought he was dead. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, 10-minute CPR is a long time.
It's a long time.
On the field.
And I thought maybe like they did one of those like, okay, he's dead, but we're not gonna say nothing till later. 10
minutes is a long time.
Right.
For CPR.
So the fact that he pulled through is like amazing.
Mm-hmm. That's great.
And so, shout out to them, his family. Hope they get better,
I hope he recovers.
Right. Skip put out a tweet. I don't know what the tweet said verbatim. But when you read the tweet, how can I say this? When you read the tweet is very confusing because what he's saying, he's playing both sides, if that makes any sense.
Okay, yeah, I guess you could say that.
Yeah, he's kind of playing both sides.
I think it was just maybe one of those thinking out loud kind of tweet situations.
Yeah, but
because it says, no doubt the NFL is considering postponing the rest of the game, but how? This late in the season, a game of this magnitude is crucial to the regular season outcome, which suddenly seems so irrelevant.
Right.
So I don't feel like it was... I mean, I feel like he's acknowledging that it seems so irrelevant, right?
Yeah.
Like, how are you going to postpone the game because it's not much time left in the schedule to postpone it? So when are you going to postpone it to?
Right. I felt like he was saying like, how are you going to postpone the game? Like, you shouldn't postpone the game. You should play this game.
Maybe.
How are you going to do that? You can't do that.
Yeah, I mean, they can't.
They can't. But also, by him saying, makes it seem so irrelevant, he's kind of covering the back end of what he's saying, which is a slick way to talk, very slick.
I mean,
but everybody kind of got on his ass.
Yeah.
I know Shannon Sharp didn't show up the next day. He refused to take it down. Right?
I don't think he should take it down.
I definitely think he should.
I don't.
And this is the part that, like, for me, where it's like a little complicated for me.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why. What he said wasn't insensitive. Right?
Mm-hmm.
In all actuality, I understand his jobs rely on sports.
Mm-hmm.
Finish the game, you really don't have content to talk about it tomorrow.
I mean, you got content.
Definitely you have content, but overall, your content should be related more to the sport, and not really an incident that happened during the sport. Right?
Okay.
I mean, of course you're going to cover that, and it's important to cover that. But at the same time, that's not your job.
Okay.
Right? Your job is to cover games and give like analysis on what happened during the game. Right? So I felt like what he was saying was a bit insensitive. I think people were able to see through him playing both of the sides, and he got some backlash.
Okay.
Right. The reason why I said he should take it down is if Shannon Sharp would say something like that, it would almost ruin his career. Let me give you an example. You remember the coach of the Boston Celtics got into like a little scandal, right? Jalen Rose on national TV went, wait a minute, why isn't the female that he's in this scandal with, why is her name not being mentioned? Which is a good question, right? When they came back from commercial, he apologized, right? Which I didn't understand why, because that's a legitimate question, right?
Right.
But for some reason or another, they want to protect whatever female that was involved in this scandal.
Okay.
For whatever reason.
Right.
Yet and still, his question was being insensitive to that
situation. Okay.
Made him apologize.
Okay.
Right? Not tomorrow. Not in a few days. Not by the end of the week. Publicly, right when they came back from commercial.
Okay.
Right? When something you put into the public as a public figure, it is insensitive to whatever situation is going on in which people have attached themselves to. A lot of people was very emotional about what happened, including the team,
of course,
the coaches, the family.
Yeah.
And what you said was very insensitive to the entire situation, to the entire football league. If we do not insist that he take it down, then we're saying that it's okay for a white man who never played the sport ever, any sport, just a journalist, to insult many people, whether you meant it or not. Whether you meant it or not. And it's okay for you to stand by that. I have never in my life seen a black professional insult many people, whether he meant it or not, and not have to apologize for it.
Should they apologize though? Should they have to apologize?
Based on the powers that be, yeah.
I feel like they shouldn't have to apologize.
Okay, but they make them apologize.
Okay, but I don't feel like they should.
Right? And take down whatever it is that they did and all of that, right?
All of it. And I don't feel like that they should.
We should be pushing, whether we feel like he should apologize or not is not the scale in which I'm going off of, right? I feel like if you wasn't wrong, then you wasn't wrong.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
You should stand by that.
Right.
But they don't give black people those opportunities.
Right.
And if you do, we seen what'll happen to you. Right? Nothing's going to happen to Skip. Nothing.
There's nothing to happen.
Nothing's going to happen to Skip. All I'm saying is we have to make sure that when incidents present themselves, that we hold people accountable in order to play the game fair.
But we know it's not fair.
I understand that, but we can't sit back and allow it to just not be fair.
Okay.
Right?
Sure.
So, when Skip goes, I'm not taking it down, it's very disrespectful.
Oh.
And I need people to pay attention because a lot of white people do this. They know you can't do nothing to them.
Okay.
So, I don't know. I just think that although he may not have meant it to be this big, right? Some words that he tweeted, But also, I've watched a lot of other people tweet words, and it happened to them.
Mm-hmm.
So if we got to make people play by the same rules here.
I mean, I understand that you're saying that to be fair,
Right.
it would be fair for him to apologize and take it down.
Right.
To insist that he apologize and take it down.
Right.
I get that. I completely understand what you're saying, where you come from that.
Right.
I don't agree that anybody needs to apologize or take it down, though. So that's my stance.
No, I get that.
So, like, whether he does it or not, whether Jalen was forced to do it, you know what I mean?
Right.
I don't feel like he should have been forced to do it. It's a question. It's a valid question.
Right, but I'm just saying, if they're gonna force Jalen to do it, they should be forcing Skip to take it down. And by the way, just side note, he did issue an apology or some roundabout explanation.
Okay.
Rather than an apology.
Skip did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I mean,
but saying that he's not gonna take it down, he's standing by the tweet.
mm-hmm.
It's like, come on, bro. You offended a lot of people. It's okay. It's just a tweet.
Right.
But that's what happens, you know. But as far as the incident that actually happened, how did you feel when you first heard about it?
I didn't feel anything really. I just really thought like another player is gotten messed up in football.
Right.
That's why he can't play football.
Meaning my son.
Mm-hmm.
You never know though.
I do
You
know.
be the next Barry Sanders.
I do know.
Walter Payton.
I do know.
Randy Moss. Tom Brady.
Mm-hmm. I absolutely know.
Just never know.
I do know.
You shouldn't limit his possibilities.
I mean, there's not a possibility. It's not happening. And that's okay. He can play other stuff. He'll be all right. I think there's just some things that aren't worth it.
Oh, definitely.
And so this is just a prime example of it not being worth it.
Yeah, I mean, but, you know.
Now, whether it was actually caused by playing football, I don't think that. I think he probably would have had this issue regardless.
Right.
Like whether he was in the middle of a game or sitting at home on the couch.
Right.
But it's just another example for me of this doesn't need to happen.
Okay. Did you go into the conspiracy world as well when you first heard this?
No.
Where did you go?
That's as far as I went when I first heard it.
You didn't go into...
Oh, I hope he's okay. A guy collapsed on the field. That's terrible.
Right.
And I just went on about whatever I was doing.
Okay.
It didn't disturb me too much.
Right. I didn't think you knew too much information on it either. Like you hadn't seen it. And...
No, I usually don't watch. Like if I think it's something gruesome, I'm not gonna watch it.
Right. So I know you have seen it by now.
I have.
So like, what was the difference between like not seeing it and seeing it?
I didn't intentionally see it.
Okay.
I saw it scrolling like social media.
Right.
And then it didn't look that bad. So it was like, okay, well let me actually look and see. Oh, okay, I see. But I mean, I wouldn't seek it out.
Right, okay. Did after seeing it make you go into conspiracy?
No, because the clip that I saw, it was the hit, him stand up, and then him
pass out,
and then the referee's gesture.
Right.
And then the clip was over.
Okay.
So it didn't send me into any type of conspiracy anything.
Right.
But I mean, thinking about it, maybe that's a possibility. I don't know what his status is though, in terms of vaccination or whatever else
Right.
is there.
Right.
But I mean, it's definitely a possibility watching that show.
Right. And also I think that it limits how much they can sweep it under the rug because this is such a big story. So like I mentioned, like this has happened over the last like year and a half a lot. For like a high school player, college player, stuff like that, right?
Right.
And then you're able to like just kind of sweep those stories up under the rug.
Right, but I feel like I don't know that we're really gonna get real answers for a long time. You know what I mean? So I don't know that it's gonna be like really confirmed either way.
Right.
So I guess that's my hesitation with believing it fully. Like, okay, so if this is the case, right, where this is associated with what we watched and died suddenly,
right?
Like, if this is more evidence of people having these experiences, how are we gonna know? You know what I mean?
No, I get it. I know that. I want to say I read something where they came out and said that the medication, the poke, is causing some form of blood clots.
Who said that?
This is in the article I read. Don't quote me because I see and read a lot of stuff, and
Right.
I don't know how much of it is actual factuals.
Right.
So, but I want to say I did read something that said that they have came out and said that it does cause some form of blood clots. So, so you just never know, man. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I can agree that you never really know. And so that's my hesitation with it. Like,
we're going into conspiracy theory.
Right. So is it actually going to be proven? And if it is proven, right, it's going to be years before it's proven.
Okay.
Right? To
Maybe.
where people actually acknowledge and accept this is what it is.
Right.
In terms of the long-term effect.
Right.
But then, like, how are we going to know that there's a connection between the college students, the kids, this guy, was it Hamlin?
Yeah. Lamar.
Yeah. So where is that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how there's going to be actual connection.
Yeah.
Because the people that are either doing the research, keeping the statistics, keeping track of this,
Right.
or trying to sweep it under the rug, I don't think they're willing to show the documentation.
Right. No, definitely.
Like the actual factual that I would need to be like, okay, this is
Definitely
a reputable. Yeah, this is a reputable source.
Right. But I kind of feel like that's why it's a conspiracy theory for me. Because you're never gonna be able to prove it. Right.
Right.
You're never gonna be able to prove nothing like this. They're never gonna be honest and say, hey, yeah, so we was trying to kill millions of people.
Yeah, I don't know that they would say that, but
initially that's what they will be saying if they come out and be honest about it, right?
they come out and say we made a mistake.
Based on my conspiracy theory.
Right, but if they come out and say
we made a mistake.
Okay, we need to dial this back. We need to recall. We need to recall. Because they do recalls all the time.
Right. But yeah, I mean, I just think that like when this happened, I went, oh, it happened. There you go. I knew it. Right?
Yeah, it didn't do that for me.
I just knew, like right off top, like this was.
This is part of it.
Yeah. And then like when I heard, so two things made me go like further into conspiracy theory world.
Okay.
Number one, when I heard like what they saying that it is, right? It just don't. I don't know.
It's so rare.
Yeah, like come on.
Okay.
If that's the case, then more football players should be experiencing this.
Right.
And also the whole like who won the game when he woke up. Bro, you don't even know what happened. And that's like when you first figure out why you're in the hospital.
Maybe.
You know what I'm saying? Because I can imagine like if you died on the field, if they had the CPR.
Right. 10 minutes.
Right. You died on the field. Then on top of that, I heard that like when he got to the hospital, they had to like do some more. So he might have died twice.
I think they said that he only died once. Or
Okay.
he had to be resuscitated once.
Okay, so on the field.
I don't know where.
Okay,
But
so
in between
field and the hospital.
situation, yeah, he only had to be resuscitated once.
Okay, so he died.
Right.
You know, so I know that you're not like conscious of when, where, how all of this came about. So if you wake up in the hospital randomly,
Right.
with tubes all down your throat, and
Right.
first thing I would want to know is like, yo, number one, like, what am I doing here?
But they might have told him before you get a piece of paper.
Right. Well, of course.
And you wake up and you're like,
But that ain't the first thing I'm thinking. Even if he was to say this, that ain't the first thing you're gonna say.
that's the first thing you're writing.
Ain't the first thing you writing.
What are you writing?
Where's my kids? Where's my wife? Where's my family?
Maybe they're there.
Maybe. But the game ain't the first thing I'm saying. Ain't the first thing I'm writing.
Right.
So when they said like that's the first thing he wrote was like who won the game? Come on, man. It's like some movie shit. So you think about that, and then on top of that, the fact that what they told us that it didn't make sense. So automatically, you know I'm going. You already know I'm going, and that's why I went with it, man. And I'm just glad that he was able to like survive it.
Yeah.
Overall,
Right. Breathing on his own is a really good thing.
definitely. We're gonna pivot again.
Okay.
Ready? So I remember you told me, you said the black people who got all of that land
Oh yeah.
from California.
So there was a black family whose land was taken during the Jim Crow era in California. California Beach land. I want to say it's like Huntington or Newport, one of the two. Somewhere out there. They fought. They got the land back.
Right.
And now they are selling it back to LA County.
For how much?
For $20 million.
Wow.
Yeah.
How you feel about it?
I think I'm disappointed. I think it's a disappointment that this is happening. Granted, I don't know their situation. You know what I mean? They may need the money, right?
Maybe.
But it's 20 million.
Yeah, they got cheated.
Definitely. Cheated themselves.
I just feel like what was the purpose of getting the land?
Right.
Just to kind of sell it back?
Right.
For way cheaper than it's worth.
Right.
And the crazy part about it is a part of me feel like they didn't come up with that number.
No, of course not.
I feel like they wanted to sell it back, and that's the only thing that LA County was offering them.
But I feel like, I don't know, only because like a little townhouse on the beach is worth a couple million right there.
Right.
You know what I mean? As you like walk along the beach and you see those little
beach houses.
on the sidewalk of the beach.
Right.
And they're probably like, I don't know,
$2 million.
At least.
You know what I mean?
1,200 square feet.
Yeah, it's like some little
2-bedroom upstairs, something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Very small. But there, a couple $1 million easily.
Easily a couple mil.
So, I mean, if you have a stretch of beach, like for real, like I just don't understand like how that number came to be. 20 million.
But like you said, I mean, we really don't know like their financial situation. We don't know what like how much money it costs to own land like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. Like the taxes or whatever that goes into it, or the permits or
all kind of things.
Whatever it may be as a private beach.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess. Maybe the upkeep? I don't know.
All of that. It just may be way more money than they anticipated.
Yeah, than they were able to take care of. Yeah.
But there are different ways I feel like you could have kind of made money on the beach in order to like sustain it.
Sustain the beach?
Yeah, like you could have been promoting the Black Beach experience.
Yeah.
All kind of people would have rented out the beach.
Right.
You know what I mean? For different events and all kind of stuff.
Right.
So, I mean, there was ways you could make money on that property. I'm just not too sure that like they was interested in that. And so to sell it back for $20 million, it's like, man.
Yeah.
And I'm hearing it was like $100 million. It was worth $100 million.
I don't know if it was $100 million, but yeah, just a couple days ago it says that they're selling it back to LA County. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I get it to where it's a lot to upkeep, you know? Mm-hmm. It's a lot to maintain.
Yeah.
I could imagine that.
Well, $20 million is low.
It is low. But it's also back to the county.
Back to the county. So
I don't know.
Hey, I mean,
hopefully it works out for them.
Yeah, hopefully.
But I just feel like it's a loss.
Definitely an L.
And it's definitely like I don't know. I think just something should be kept
within the family and passed down.
Yeah, I think some things should just be kept. You know what I mean? Some things are sentimental.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So if I get a piece of beach that was stolen from the family, I don't know that I want to sell it.
No matter how much it costs.
Right. We just gonna figure out this beach life.
Some.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean,
It's not for everybody, but you really fought really hard to get that beach back.
yeah. But I think anytime it's like a family decision, I think greed come into play.
Yeah.
Somebody gonna want some money, man.
And that's fine. I mean, people want money, right? They want to be able to enjoy and live off of while they can't, which I can understand, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, why go through all this?
Yeah, and that was like my whole point. Like, what? I mean,
What I'm doing this for?
right. And what does that say about like how you feel about your family members who owned it and what they wanted it for?
Right.
You know, I think that's a big it's a big problem within the Black family.
And I think that's what it's reminding me of. Like, why we can't
That's a big problem in the Black family.
do right by our stuff?
Right. I remember I was watching something. It was one of those like food things.
Mm-hmm.
And they went to like a rice farm. And it was like this place kind of just producing all kind of rice. And so this white man gave like the history on where this came from. And it went back to like, you know, pretty much my ancestors owned slaves and we've been a rice farm.
Mm.
He's doing it now. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So even if his ancestors or his family members was doing it 200 years ago, he's doing it now.
Right.
Right? And I think that's the difference in what makes like generational wealth. Right? Now, we can't, as a Black family, we can't hold on past the generation.
Right.
I know people sell their grandma's house.
In a second.
On some land, your grandma owned 2-3 acres.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what they had to do to get that.
Right.
Especially in those days.
Right.
And as soon as you get an opportunity, you're like, what? This land right here worth 1.5. Oh, I need that.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing, you can't hold on to anything.
Right.
I think it's a disconnect within the Black family when it comes to handing things down that's worth something.
Right.
Right. And also, I mean, it makes me personally like this, it discouraged me from trying to build a whole lot for my legacy. Because when you're gone, it's no guarantee that they even want this.
Right.
They're not going to take care of it like you spun or you shed blood, sweat, and tears to get this to happen, to make this happen for the future of your family. And then they go and sell it for $20 million.
But I feel like there's a possibility that you can help them understand the importance of it, right?
Maybe.
Definitely.
Definitely.
You told me the story about you had a coworker whose dad built a house.
Yes.
Brick by brick. Literally,
Yeah.
physically built the house.
Yeah. It's right over there, actually.
Right. And so the importance of it was understood to the point where you could even understand.
No, I can understand it. I'm pretty sure they understand like the process and into it. But that's not their house now.
That's not whose house?
The coworkers, right? Meaning like this. That coworker, her dad built the house. She don't live in that house anymore. She had like bought her own house somewhere else.
Okay.
It's no guarantee that she's gonna even want that house like after her parents is passed on, and she's not gonna want that property.
There's no guarantee, but
I think seeing it give it a better chance of like just wanting to keep it in the family,
right?
Because you saw they actually build this house over the course of years,
right?
So yeah, but there's no guarantee that she's gonna want anything to do with the house.
But there's no guarantee that anybody wants anything that you got,
right? And that's what's.
But that ain't for them, right? The stuff that you do. Granted, you built it in hopes that they appreciate and they can see the value of it.
Right.
But I don't see somebody putting in that much work and they don't want to.
I understand, but a lot of times people do things thinking about the future.
Well, yeah.
Right. So let's say we build this house. It's our dream house. We want it to stay in the family for as long as it can. It like physically can. There's no guarantee that they is not gonna sell it, no matter how much it means to us. It may just not be where they are in their life.
Right, but that's my point. Like, it's our dream house.
Right.
Like, I still deserve to have a dream house.
No, definitely.
I'm alive.
Right, but
and the opportunity to pass it down is great.
Yes.
But it's about me being able to live in my dream house.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No, definitely. I just think that having land, we don't appreciate things like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? When I think it's one of the most valued things that you can have in America.
I mean, it only appreciates.
Right. And we don't appreciate things like that. We don't appreciate things that appreciate. Bar.
Good job.
Bar. All right, man, we're going to get on up out of here, man. It was great. Kind of get back into the routine. We'll drop another one as soon as possible. As always, mental health is real. Self-care is important. Make sure y'all check us out on all our social media at ROAE_podcast. We up out of here. We'll holler at y'all next time. The baby is woke.
Thank you for listening.